evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. Right now I am in Pavilion Bukit Jalil BMW Roadshow. I realized that I never been featured the G20 facelift before. So today I have an opportunity to feature this G20 BMW 320i M Sport. So this is a LCI model, and this is the base variant of the G20 3 Series you can get in Malaysia for the LCI variant. So they have the base model 320i M Sport, 330i M Sport, M340i, as well as the performance model of the 3 Series, the M3, that will cost a lot to buy. But the 320i M Sport is considered the affordable G20 LCI that you can get in Malaysia. Today is my first impression walk around review of this G20 3 Series. So right now the BMW G20 in Malaysia comes with the M Sport package as standard. The pre-LCI comes with a Sportline package which feels more mature, but in the M Sport trim all the lines are very sharp and very sporty. Now let's start with the exterior styling. So for the G20 LCI, they have changed the headlight cluster design. You can see the daytime running light is now on the top instead of bottom like the pre-LCI. So some people may prefer this design, some people may prefer the pre-LCI design. Personally, I prefer the pre-facelift M340i daytime running light design, but this doesn't feel bad as well. This is BMW signature kidney grille. In this case, in the 320i M Sport, is finished in a satin silver, and it comes with the active grille, which can improve the aerodynamics of the car. And this being an M Sport package, you can see the bumper design is much more aggressive, and there are no longer fog lights in the G20. So this part is the active vents, which aims for a better aerodynamics. There are all-round parking sensors. And the G20 in Malaysia comes with fuel engine option. The 320i M Sport and 330i M Sport comes with a B48 2-liter turbo engine, but the 320i has a lower output in 184 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque, whereas the 330i gets a higher output, 252 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. In the M340i, you get a B58 3-liter single turbo engine, which has a higher output, as well as the M3 3-liter twin turbo inline 6. So this is a very signature BMW formula. You get a very long hood as well as a very short boot. So this is a rear-wheel drive variant. So you can see the pillar right here actually has a distance, which in any of the front-wheel drive vehicle, this part is actually shorter. So this is a very general formula of the BMW 3 Series. So at the rims here, you get 80-inch dual-tone rim design paired with Michelin's Pilot Sport tires. As for the 320i, you get smaller brake calipers. In the 330i M Sport, you get a bigger caliper design. But still, the M Sport wheel makes it look a little bit more sporty. You get a welcome lights right here. M Sport variant indicates right here the M badging. There are gloss black window linings around, and there are the keyless entry in the passenger and the driver side, as well as the behind passenger comes with a keyless entry. Very thoughtful. This is the rear of the G20 3 Series LCI. You get a redesigned rear bumper with a more aggressive diffuser. It kind of assembles the BMW M3 look. You get dual exhaust tip even in the 320i variant. And the taillights design is finished in a 3D illuminated. Now let's check out the interior. So these are not a coupe, so the doors are not frameless. This is the interior, finished in black upholstery. And you get power seat for the driver. The M Sport, you get M door seals. Now let's try get inside the car. So this is a pretty typical BMW sitting position. You can adjust the seat to the most lowest position for very sporty driving. Let's close the door. Very solid door, typical BMW. So this part right here is finished in soft touch plastic. This part is finished in soft touch leather with white stitching. And now the interior has been updated in the G20 LCI. So you get the newest iDrive screen that you can find in the BMW iX, the i5, all sort of BMW models. M Sport variant, so you get a very chunky M Sport steering with paddle shifters. Everything is very typical BMW. Nowadays BMW are very well built, and the specs given are quite nice, given that this is a entry level spec of the G20 3 Series. And you even get ambient lighting at the footwell, and the footwell is very spacious. Unlike the Mercedes C-Class, you get a left footrest, and this being an M Sport variant, you get aluminum pedals, M specific pedals. The headlights now are all in button type instead of the twist like the F30. Down here you get a storage space which is covered with felt. 2 sets of memory for the driver, door lock and unlock. All for windows gets automatic. And the steering wheel can be adjusted tilt and telescopic, quite nice. And these are the meter cluster. This is the newest iDrive, the iDrive 8 system, and you can control all the system. Okay, now the car is not started, so I can't go through the meter cluster right here, but you can watch in YouTube. There are a lot of different modes that you can change the graphic of this meter cluster. Right here is to control your car infotainment display. You get dual zone climate. Now it's all using touch sensitive instead of the physical buttons. I do feel it's a bit of drawback because some people may prefer the physical buttons, but you still can pair your phone to use the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And unlike any other car, BMW iDrive screen is one of the most convenient systems where you can check your car condition and you can configure your own menu, door and windows, vehicle status, exterior lighting, BMW ID, mobile devices, all sort of stuff, and ambient lighting. You can change different color and brightness. So in this case, it's in pink color. And you get a head-up display as well. And this center dash right here is finished in very nice texture material, aircon vents, and these are your shortcut buttons. These two. Luckily they have the shortcut buttons for the volume, so you can immediately mute the music. This part carry over from the G20 pre-LCI, just that they have removed the physical gear stock to this nugget type. Okay, you still get PRND, sport mode, means you can use the pedal shifter. And there's a sport mode for the engine and sport mode for the gearbox. As you can see, when you switch to sport, this graphic shows. And you can configure your individual sport. Basically, you want the steering wheel to be soft while the engine is in sport, so you can configure your own sport mode in this screen right here. And here you get your wireless charging. Okay, even though this is a base model, ambient lighting, 2 cup holders, a 12-volt socket, and these are your iDrive controls, which are very typical BMW right now. Very intuitive to use. Okay, you can either use this knob or by using the touchscreen. So this is the central armrest with a light and a USB Type-C. Okay, but unfortunately that side doesn't have the door lock and lock. I missed the F30 where the door lock and lock is at the center. So hope BMW will improve it in the future. And the seat is very grip because this is an M Sport variant, so obviously you need to have a grippier seats for your enthusiastic driving. And most importantly, your signal is on the left. Okay. So here's to pop open the boot, and for BMW you need to pull 2 times to release the hood. You get extendable leg rest. This is the rear of the G20 LCI. For the behind, you do not get the M Sport door seals. So let's get inside. So the front seat is adjusted quite backward, but still I get enough of the leg room because the G20 3 Series is something like a compact luxury sports sedan, so it competes with the Audi A4 as well as the Mercedes C-Class. Even though the legroom is rather limited, but still the seat bench is full length, so it supports my thigh, which is something very impressive. And headroom, because this is not a coupe, so I get about 1/5 of headroom. Okay, impressive. And the seats, although it's a rather huge seat, but it doesn't sacrifice on the comfort of the behind passenger. You get a light for the place where you can slot your feet in. Cup holders, door pockets, and the speakers right here. Door handle is finished in silver, and the ambient lighting right here. So here's the interior of the G20 LCI 320i. Okay. But personally, I would prefer the pre-LCI design because I do feel that this screen is a bit too big and doesn't gel into the interior design language of the BMW G20 3 Series. Back here, rear aircon vents, you can adjust the temperature, and 2 Type-C. Okay. But the center tunnel, don't expect it to be quite low because this is a rear-wheel drive car. Down here houses your transmission as well as the drive shaft to the rear wheel. And you do get armrest, and this carry over from the F30. Those F30 owner will remember it. Okay, with a lid. Isofix for the rear seats, 3 individual headrests, quite impressive. And the rear visibility is rather okay, but given that this is the M Sport, you get black roof lining and a dimming light. Get inside out of the car is rather easy because the roof right here is not as low as a coupe, and this part is soft touch, so it won't hurt your back. And you can fold down the rear seats. So there's a one-touch operation of the tailgate. Just locate it, it will automatically goes out. And this is where you can fold your rear seats. You pull, they can fold the seats. They're 40, 40 and 20. Here you get some hooks and some nettings. Your emergency repair kits. Underneath is the battery because BMW emphasizes 50-50 weight distribution, so the battery is located at the back and there are no storage space underneath. There's no power boot for the 320, so you need to close it manually. So yeah, this is basically my first impression walk around review of this BMW 320i M Sport. So if you have any comments regarding to this 3 Series, do comment down and let me know. And I personally think that in the LCI, BMW pack all the goodies to the base model. They give you the iDrive screen that is same with any other 3 Series variant, as well as the M Sport package, which makes the car look more sporty than it should. So be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos if you like my walk around series. See you in my next video. Cheers.